You think your fractures are proof of your failure, but they are really the openings where the light enters. Every sorrow that cracked you, every love that left you hollow, every night you spent trembling before an invisible presence, all of it was God breathing through the wounds of your becoming. You are not ruined, you are ripened. What you call broken is only the chrysalis. The soul must split to feel its wings. Listen, beloved. The beloved has never looked away. You imagined yourself unworthy because your tears would not stop, because your heart staggered beneath its own weight. But he saw you even there, not as the one collapsing, but as the one being softened enough to receive him. The pot must be broken before it can pour. The seed must surrender its shell before it can become the rose. So too must you break before love can flow through you without resistance. Do you not feel it, even in despair? A subtle tenderness stirs behind your pain, like dawn beneath the eyelids of the night. That is his compassion, whispering through the dust of your undoing. He is not outside your agony. He is the stillness inside it. Every sigh you release is a verse in his hidden song. Every ache is a chord in the music of your return. When you cry, he listens not with ears but with being itself. For you and he are not two. The heart is the temple, and every crack in its walls lets in more of his light. You keep patching them, trying to appear whole, but love prefers you shattered. For the fragments shine brighter when they are wet with longing. Do not fear your trembling. Even the stars tremble with delight before their own brilliance. Your fragility is the proof of your connection, the trembling bridge between the visible and the unseen. Beloved, you run from the ruins of yourself as if holiness could not live among rubble. But look closer. Within the dust of your collapse, there is gold dust swirling, remnants of a divine alchemy that never ends. God is not found in perfection. Perfection is a mirror without reflection. God hides in imperfection, because only there can love move freely, unblocked by pride. He chooses the crooked road to reach you, because only the crooked one is humble enough to bend toward the heart. Do not curse the storm that tore your house apart. It came to free the song trapped in your walls. When lightning struck, you thought heaven was punishing you. In truth, it was revealing you. The thunder was your name being spoken with force by the tongue of eternity. The rain was his tears, washing away the dust that kept you blind to your own sacredness. Every drop was mercy, though it fell with pain. I tell you, there is a secret in suffering. It is not a punishment, but an invitation. Each sorrow is a door disguised as loss. Each heartbreak is a lantern hidden inside darkness. When you stop resisting your pain and begin to cradle it, you will feel its warmth. The fire that burns you is the same fire that illumines prophets, the same fire that turns clay into pottery and sand into glass. You are being made transparent, so the sun of his love can pass through you without distortion. You ask, where is God when I am broken? And I answer, he is the one breaking you open, not out of cruelty, but out of longing. For he cannot enter a heart made of stone. He needs you soft, trembling, alive. You built walls of certainty to protect yourself, but those walls became your tomb. So he sent storms of confusion to crack them. He sent silence to dismantle your noise. He sent the loss of what you loved most, so you would discover the love that cannot be lost. Let the ego weep. Let it protest. Why me? For the soul already knows there is no me. Only the ocean learning itself through 1,000 waves. Each crash upon the shore is a moment of remembrance. You are the wave and the sea, the wound and the healer, the question and the breath that answers it. What you call your life is God exploring his own reflection through your eyes. Ah, how foolishly you chase certainty when the beloved hides in the unknown. You cling to your broken pieces, begging for repair, when the master is painting galaxies with your fragments. Every piece you surrender becomes a star in his infinite night. When you finally release the need to be whole, you will realize you already are, not as a solid thing, but as a melody woven of light and longing. Wholeness is not the absence of cracks, but the presence of love in every crack. Come, sit quietly in your ruins. Do not rebuild yet. Let the dust settle and watch how the moonlight pours through what is left. There, in the open wound, he waits for you, not as a judge, but as the gentlest lover. He touches the edges of your pain and calls it holy. He whispers, "Do not hide. I have been waiting for this softness." And you, trembling, unguarded, naked before infinity, begin to understand that brokenness is not your downfall, but your doorway. Remember, and the reed flute sings only because it was cut from the reed bed. It became hollow to make music. You too were cut from the place you belonged, so that your emptiness could become an instrument. Through your loneliness, God breathes his song into the world. The melody you call sadness is simply his breath, finding its way through you. You want joy without loss, love without pain, faith without doubt. But the beloved teaches through contrast. The desert reveals the sweetness of water. The darkness reveals the tenderness of dawn. If everything were easy, you would never kneel. If everything were clear, you would never seek. It is your confusion that births your prayer, your exhaustion that opens your surrender. Even your sins, those heavy stones you drag behind you, are being turned into steps toward mercy. Do not fear falling again. The ground you dread is also God. When you collapse, you fall into his arms. Every failure is just a different shape of grace. Every disappointment is an angel disguised as defeat. You think you are being punished, but you are being prepared, refined, reshaped, made luminous. The sculptor must strike the marble to reveal the face inside. Each blow of hardship reveals more of the divine form hidden in you. Sometimes love removes everything that is not love. It hurts because it feels like dying. But you are not dying. You are being born. The cocoon calls it death. The butterfly calls it freedom. Trust the transformation. The caterpillar does not understand the sky until its own skin dissolves into wings. So too will your understanding dissolve into awe. You will see that every heartbreak was a brushstroke of divine art. Every loss, a curve in the eternal dance. Beloved, if you could see how God looks at you through your tears, you would never weep again. He sees not the stain, but the radiance hidden beneath it. He sees not your fall, but your flight waiting to unfold. Even when you turn away, his gaze never leaves you. You cannot escape his love, because you are made of it. It moves through your veins like light through crystal, waiting for the moment you stop resisting and let it shine. Drink from the cup of your sorrow until you taste sweetness. There is honey even in grief. The heart that breaks often is the heart that loves deeply. The cup that spills is the one that has known fullness. Do not be ashamed of your tears. They are the baptism of your becoming. Each drop washes away the illusion that you are separate from Him. You cry not because you are weak, but because your soul remembers its origin and longs to return. In every ache, there is a message. Come back. In every silence, a whisper, I am still here. God's love is not fragile like human affection. It does not depend on your performance, your virtue, or your understanding. It flows regardless, like a river that keeps moving, even when stones try to block its way. You can run from it, but even your running is within it. You can reject it, but even your rejection is held by it. Such is the mercy that has no opposite. When you feel unworthy, to look at the sky. The stars shine for sinners and saints alike. The sun does not withhold its light from those who curse it. Love does not discriminate, it only illuminates. And you, even in your darkness, are being illuminated. Every mistake, every regret, every shadow you fear to face, all of it is being transformed by the same love that spins galaxies and stirs oceans. You are not beyond redemption because you were never outside it. The beloved whispers through the wind, do not fix yourself. Fall in love with me, and I will make you whole by dissolving you. This is the paradox of divine love. It destroys and restores at once. It burns away the false and reveals the eternal. You think you are losing yourself, but what you lose was never you. The ashes you leave behind become soil for new light. Let yourself be the candle and the flame. Burn with devotion until even your smoke becomes prayer. Let your longing rise. It is the perfume of your soul. Every time you ache for meaning, the beloved smiles, for that ache is His hand upon your heart, stirring remembrance. The distance you feel is the illusion He created, so you would search for Him, and the moment you search, He is found. So, my friend, I stop asking when the pain will end. Ask instead what it is teaching. The wound is the book, the tears are the ink. Read them with patience. The alphabet of the soul is written in suffering, but its grammar is love. Through heartbreak, you learn humility. Through loss, you learn surrender. Through confusion, you learn faith. And when all lessons are learned, only silence remains. The silence where God and you are one breath. You are never abandoned. You are being drawn deeper, like the moon pulled by invisible gravity. Your heart was being guided toward its own orbit, around the beloved. Every heartbreak was a correction of your course. Every loss was a turning of your face toward the true sun. Now you understand. Brokenness was not exile, but invitation. And now, beloved, come closer, for there is more to unveil. Your brokenness is not a misfortune, but a mirror in which God reveals the truth of His tenderness. You look at your shattered pieces and think, I am undone. But the beloved looks at those same pieces and whispers, finally, you are open. The vessel that is whole cannot be filled. Only the broken vessel receives the wine fully, without reserve. The cracks become channels. The emptiness becomes invitation. Let Him pour. Do you know why the prophets wandered the night deserts? Because God hides in emptiness. He waits in the places you avoid, the silent valleys of loneliness, the hollow ache of longing, the forgotten corners where your dreams collapsed. But listen to me, these are not dead places. They are fertile fields, waiting for the seeds of surrender. When you touch the soil of your own emptiness without fear, you will discover it is warm. It remembers Eden. It remembers God's hands shaping you from dust. You say, I am broken by sorrow. But sorrow is the sacred rain. It falls not to drown you, but to soften the ground of your heart, so love can take root. Without rain, the desert remains stubborn. Without tears, the heart remains hard. So let it rain. Let the sky open. Every drop is a blessing, wearing the disguise of ache. Every tear is a baptism back into truth. Your brokenness is not a misfortune, but a mirror in which God reveals the truth of His tenderness. You look at your shattered pieces and think, I am undone. But the Beloved looks at those same pieces and whispers, finally, you are open. The vessel that is whole cannot be filled. Only the broken vessel receives the wine fully, without reserve. The cracks become channels. The emptiness becomes invitation. Let Him pour. Do you feel that trembling inside you, that subtle quiver, when your heart remembers something older than your name? That is the Beloved calling you through the cracks. He calls not through perfection, but through longing. When you feel empty, it is because He has taken form as yearning within you. When you feel lost, it is because He has become the compass, drawing you inward. Ah, how the ego fears tenderness. It builds walls out of pride, out of certainty, out of the illusion of control. But God has no interest in your walls. He is the wind. He slips through the smallest openings. He dances along the edges of your defenses until one day, finally, a crack appears and the wind becomes a storm, and the storm becomes a whisper, and the whisper becomes a flame, warming the coldest room inside you. Beloved, your brokenness is not a jar shattered by fate. It is the door your soul has been praying for. Through this opening, you begin to see with the eyes of the heart rather than the eyes of fear. And when the heart sees, it recognizes everything as love, even the things that hurt. The rose does not curse the thorn. The night does not resent the dawn for its brightness. The moth does not flee the flame. All of creation knows that pain and love are twins holding hands, each teaching what the other cannot. You blame yourself for not being strong enough, but strength is not measured by how much you endure without breaking. Strength is measured by how gracefully you break, how willingly you fall apart, so God can rebuild you according to a higher design. Do not harden yourself. The stone resists the sculptor's chisel, but the marble that yields reveals Michelangelo's David. Yield. Let the divine chisel shape you. You say, God, why must I break? And God answers, because you asked to be made whole. Wholeness requires the surrender of all false selves. Every identity, you cling to every label. Every wound, every mask must dissolve. The breaking is not destruction, but liberation. The egg must crack for the bird to see the sky. The fruit must split for the sweet seed to be revealed. Even the cloud must burst for rain to bless the earth. So let yourself burst. Let the momentum of love tear you open. You will not scatter. You will expand. The universe is not afraid of being infinite, and neither should you be afraid of being undone. Your boundaries are illusions. Your limits are temporary. Your pain is the doorway to a life you cannot yet imagine. Trust this unraveling. Sit with me under the invisible moon. Close your eyes. Feel the pulse inside your chest. That is not your heart. It is his heart beating through you. You have never been alone. The loneliness you feel is merely the space between your awareness and his presence. Bridge it with breath. Bridge it with softness. Bridge it with the simple willingness to say, "Beloved, I am yours." Everything in existence echoes that same prayer. The river whispers it as it surrenders to the sea. The leaf prays it as it releases the branch. The dawn chants it as it dissolves the night. You, too, are learning. Surrender. Your brokenness is simply the moment before release. The inhale before you fall into his arms. Do not resist the falling. You cannot fall out of God. You fall into him deeper and deeper with every piece that breaks loose. Each fragment becomes a star returning to the night sky. Each wound becomes a window through which his light enters and your light escapes. You are made to shine. Beloved, even your pain glitters when love touches it. Come, let me tell you the secret. The mystics whisper in the silence between breaths. God is closest to those who feel furthest. The moment you say, "I am lost," he is already guiding your feet. The moment you say, "I am broken," he is already mending you through invisible ways. The moment you say, "I am unworthy," he smiles, for he sees only your divine origin, not your passing shadows. If you could see yourself as he sees you, every doubt would melt. He sees the wine inside your grapes. He sees the fire inside your dust. He sees the ocean inside your tears. You are not what you think you are. You are what he dreamed before. He shaped the stars. When he formed you, he sang your name into being. That name still vibrates through your bones. It is the hum beneath your sorrow, the warmth beneath your fear, the rhythm beneath your breath. When brokenness shakes you, it merely stirs his name to the surface. It awakens the remembrance you buried beneath the noise of the world. You are not broken, you are remembering. Yes, remembering that you come from light, that you are sculpted from love, that you are not separate from the one you seek. Your pain is not a failure, it is the veil thinning. When you hurt deeply, it is because you are close to unveiling something sacred. Do not turn away now. Lift the veil gently. Let the rawness teach you what polished comfort never could. The beloved loves you through every brokenness, not in spite of it, but because of it. He sees your cracks and calls them places where we meet. He touches the fragments and calls them my mosaic. He gathers the dust of your despair and creates galaxies from it. You think you are shattered. He thinks you are becoming divine art. Let yourself be painted by his love. Let your tears become the water that blends the colors of your transformation. Let your doubts become the shadows that give depth to your soul's portrait. Let your longing become the golden thread, weaving your story into eternity's tapestry. When you stop resisting, you will feel it, the way love moves beneath your ribs, like a river warming to spring. The thaw will come. The frozen parts of you will melt. The petals you thought would never open again will bloom with a fragrance that makes angels pause. Do not rush the blossoming. Roses open on their own time, by their own surrender to the sun. Beloved, Your heart is a rose. Every hurt has peeled back another petal. Every disappointment has loosened another layer. And now, though you tremble, you are closer to opening than ever before. Trust the trembling. It is the breath of God moving through you. You ask, but why does He allow me to break so often? And I answer, because you keep trying to love with a heart too small. Each breaking enlarges you. Each sorrow stretches your capacity. The heart must expand until it reflects the vastness of the beloved. How else can infinite love fit inside a finite chest? Your brokenness is the expansion. Do you see now? You are being widened to hold more of Him. You are being deepened to taste more of His wine. You are being hollowed to become the reed flute for His breath. You are being emptied so you can echo eternity. Do not fear this. Fear only the refusal to grow. You were not created for stillness. You were created for motion, the spinning dance of the soul, the whirling prayer of existence. Even pain spins you closer to the center. The dervish does not whirl to escape suffering, but to surrender to it, to let it whirl him into God. So spin. Beloved, let your sorrows turn you. Let your tears baptize your rotation. Let your longing be the music. Let your breath be the rhythm. Spin until the world disappears, and only the beloved remains. He loves you through every brokenness, because brokenness is the language of intimacy. In your strength, you rely on yourself. In your weakness, you collapse into Him, and collapse is the purest form of prayer. Fall, then fall freely. The hands that catch you were carved before the dawn of time. Fall, beloved. Fall, without bracing your hands. For when you stop trying to protect yourself from sorrow, you finally feel the softness beneath it. The ground you fear is not stone, but His embrace. The darkness you dread is not punishment, but womb. Every descent is a return to the place where divine hands reshape you. You are not falling apart, you are falling inward, falling into the truth of what you have always been, a beloved child returning to the chest of the infinite. Let the collapse happen. Do not interfere. The soul knows how to break gracefully, the way a wave collapses into the shore, not to die, but to join the larger sea. Every time you think, I cannot bear this, love whispers, you are not the one bearing I am. The weight you feel is the weight of transformation, the pressure of a butterfly unfolding inside the cocoon of your suffering. Hold still. Let your wings form. There is a moment in every soul's journey when it must stop pretending to be strong. Strength built on fear is brittle. Strength built on surrender is eternal. Let your strength shatter. Let your pride dissolve. Let your certainty crumble, like sandcastles meeting the tide. The tide is God moving toward you. Why try to resist what has come to cleanse you? You have been taught to fear brokenness as if it were a flaw. But brokenness is the silence in which God speaks most clearly. In the noise of your ambitions, you cannot hear Him. In the comfort of your successes, you cannot feel Him. But when your dreams collapse, when you kneel on the floor with your hands empty, when the night grows so deep, you cannot see yourself, that is when the beloved leans close and whispers truths the daylight cannot reveal. Your sorrow is His language. Your tears are His ink. Your sighs are the punctuation of a sacred poem being written through your life. Do not erase it. Do not rush to end it. Let the poem finish itself. Let the stanza of pain ripen. Let the verse of longing complete its arc. One day, you will read what your suffering wrote, and you will weep again, not from grief, but from gratitude. You have mistaken God's love for safety, but safety is too small a word for the infinite. God does not love you by keeping you unbroken. He loves you by breaking everything that keeps you from Him. He removes the relationships that chain you. He dissolves the illusions that blind you. He takes from you what you cling to too tightly, not to punish, but to free. You say, "But I wanted that person, that dream, that life," and God answers, "Yes, but you wanted them more than me." So He removes them gently, even if it feels violent. He pulls you away from the shores, where you would have remained trapped. He sends waves to carry you into deeper waters, where your soul can grow. Oh, beloved, how many times have you cried over things that were too small for your destiny? How many times have you mourned the cage that kept you from flying? Trust the losses. They are holy thieves, sent to steal what is not truly yours, so your hands may open for what is. You must understand, brokenness is not the end of the story. It is the bending of the bow before the arrow flies. The tension you feel is preparation. The ache stretching you is direction. The grief sharpening you is focus. Soon, you will be released with such purpose, such clarity, such velocity that you will say, "Had I not been broken, I would never have known my own flight." Come closer. Listen. There is sweetness hidden in grief, like honey tucked inside the belly of a lion. The heart breaks not to collapse, but to expand. Every wound widens your capacity to love. Every tear washes away a layer of ego. Every sorrow humbles the mind and softens the spirit until you are pure enough to reflect the beloved without distortion. When you feel most cracked, most defeated, most lost, that is when the mirror begins to shine, because you have nothing left to defend, nothing left to prove, nothing left to hide. Your nakedness becomes your sanctity. Do not cover yourself. Stay open. Stay undone. God slips most easily into the broken places. The mystics say, the beloved hides in the wound, the way fire hides in a matchstick. When the match breaks and the flame leaps out, you call it pain, but it is only illumination. Your despair is the friction that ignites the spark of awakening. Without that friction, without that breaking, the fire would remain hidden forever. Let it burn. Let it light your darkness. Let it consume your old self until only radiance remains. You were never meant to remain untouched. You were meant to be transformed, tattered, remade. The river carves the stone, not to destroy it, but to reveal its inner purity. The fire melts the metal, not to weaken it, but to forge it into something worthy of its purpose. The storm uproots the tree, not to end it, but to give the seed a chance to begin again. So let the storms come, let the winds howl, let the walls fall. None of these are signs of abandonment. They are signs that you are ready. Ready for what? Ready to meet God, not as an idea, not as a doctrine, not as a distant deity, but as breath, as pulse, as the very electricity in your blood. You will not find Him in your perfection. You will find Him in the moment you say, "My Lord, I am undone." For that is the moment you surrender the illusion that you are separate. That is the moment you let Him rush in like wind into an open room. And what happens then? Beloved, then the miracle begins, the rebuilding from the inside out. not the rebuilding of the old structure, but the creation of something entirely new. You will not return to who you were before the breaking. You will become someone the old you could not contain. The same way a seed never returns to being a seed after it breaks. It becomes a tree. You think you are losing yourself, but you are only shedding what was too small. You are stepping out of the skin that no longer fits. You are letting the light reshape the contours of your soul. You are leaving the shore of your fear and learning to float in the vast ocean of the beloved. And this, my friend, is why God loves you through every brokenness, because brokenness is the gateway to truth. It is the door through which you slip out of your illusions and into His arms. It is the moment the mask falls and the face of the soul is revealed. God loves you in your triumphs. Yes, but He loves you even more tenderly in your failures. He loves you in your clarity, but He holds you closer in your confusion. He kisses your forehead through your joy, but He wraps Himself around your ribs through your grief, because it is in grief that you drop your defenses. It is in sorrow that you stop pretending. It is in emptiness that you finally say, "Beloved, enter." And He does. He always does. The door of brokenness is the only door. No ego guards. Let yourself open. Let yourself crumble. Let yourself fall apart. But do it with reverence. Do it with trust. Do it knowing that the hands catching you are not human hands. They are the hands that shaped suns and carved rivers. They are the hands that wrote your destiny before you took your first breath. Rest in those hands. Feel how they cup you gently, how they hold even your sharpest edges without bleeding, how they cradle your sorrow as if it were a sacred jewel, for it is sacred, all of it. Your pain, your longing, your confusion, your emptiness. These are not signs of failure. They are signs of awakening. Brokenness is not the opposite of wholeness. Brokenness is the path to wholeness. So cry if you must. Tremble if you must. Collapse if you must. The beloved is not frightened by your fragility. He created fragility as the doorway to intimacy. Only the soft can be touched. Only the broken can be reshaped. And now, our beloved, you are soft. You are broken. You are ready. Do not fear this readiness, our beloved, for readiness does not mean the pain has ended. It means you finally see its purpose. The wound you carry has softened you into a vessel for grace. The trembling that shakes you has emptied your hands so they may receive something greater. Brokenness is not the end of the road. It is the sacred bend where the soul finally stops running and turns toward the beloved with nothing left but truth. You stand now at the threshold of a deeper love, a love that does not depend on answers, a love that does not demand perfection, a love that does not negotiate with your shadows. This love embraces everything you have tried to hide. It says, "Come as you are," and truly means it. The beloved does not desire the polished self you present to the world. He desires the raw self, the trembling self, the fractured self that dares to whisper, "Here I am, broken, but yours." This whisper is stronger than any shout. God hears whispers more easily than prayers wrapped in pride. The heart that says, "I am not enough," invites the one who is everything to enter. The soul that admits its poverty becomes rich with His presence. Blessed are the broken, because they have room for Him. Blessed are the emptied, because they can finally be filled. Blessed are those who have fallen, because they have no choice but to fall into God. You wonder, why must I lose so much to gain Him? But what you lose was never yours, and what you gain was always waiting. The attachments, the illusions, the identities you cling to, these must shatter, so the diamond beneath can shine. The beloved does not break you to hurt you. He breaks you to release the brilliance trapped inside. You are the gem still covered in the rough stone of fear. You are the lantern still hidden beneath layers of soot. You are the candle that forgot it was fire. Let the breaking release the flame. Come, sit with me here, in the silence that follows surrender. Do you feel how the air shifts when you stop resisting? There is a warmth that rises like dawn behind your ribs. This is not comfort, it is recognition. You have touched the part of you that remembers eternity. You have touched the center, where God has been waiting patiently. Like a lover who knows the beloved will return eventually. He has been waiting for the moment your walls collapse, because walls block not only pain but also grace. You built them from fear, thinking they would protect you, but they only separated you from the one who loves you most. Now that they have fallen, you can finally feel His nearness. Do not rebuild them. Let the openness remain. Let the rawness breathe. Let the winds of divinity move through you freely. Even if the openness aches, keep it open. Arche is the echo of love, remembering its source. You feel that tenderness blooming inside you like a bruise turning into a flower. You feel the sweetness rising from the ruins like smoke from incense. This is how love heals, not with sudden miracles, but with gentle revelations. Not by removing your brokenness, but by turning it into the very place where light shines brightest. Each time you breathe, I remember, breath itself is the beloved kissing you from the inside. You say, I feel alone. But how can you be alone when the one who made galaxies is breathing through your lungs? Loneliness is only the illusion that you are separate. But brokenness dissolves that illusion. When your heart cracks, the walls between you and God thin until His presence seeps through the fractures like sunlight through old curtains. Beloved, draune arer. Place your hand on your chest and feel the pulse trembling there. That is the drum of divine love. That is the rhythm of the universe moving through your flesh. If you listen closely, you will hear not a heartbeat, but a name, His name, and beneath that, the echo of your own name woven within it. You and He are not two separate melodies. You are one song played in different keys. In your brokenness, the harmonies become clearer. Pain strips away the noise. Sorrow softens the dissonance. What remains is the quiet music of your soul returning to itself. Do not turn away from this music. Let it draw you deeper into the vast, shimmering silence, where truth waits like an ocean, untouched by storms. This ocean is inside you. You have been sipping from puddles of approval, puddles of relationships, puddles of worldly love, thinking they would quench your thirst. But life shattered those puddles, leaving you thirsty in the desert of heartbreak. And yet, if you look closer, you will see that the desert floor has cracked open, revealing the ocean beneath. The wellspring was always within. When the surface breaks, the depths rise. Brokenness is the rising of the depths. You are not failing, you are awakening. You are not crumbling, you are unfolding. What looks like loss is gain in disguise. What feels like death is birth wearing a darker robe. You stand in the womb of God's mercy, and every contraction of pain is pushing you closer to your truest self. Do not fear the contractions. Let them come. They are ancient forces calling you home. They are reminders that you belong not to the world, but to the beloved. Each wave of sorrow draws you deeper into his embrace. Each heartbreak pulls you into the center where only love remains. The world teaches you to hate your brokenness, but heaven teaches you to bless it. The world tells you to hide your wounds, but the mystics know wounds are windows. Through them, you see the divine. Through them, the divine sees you. The beloved looks through your pain and says, here you are. And in that moment, the pain softens. Because it is held, your scars become illuminated. Like constellations drawn on the canvas of your body, your grief becomes a lantern, guiding you through the night. Your wounds become wells of compassion. You begin to see that the universe does not break you to punish you. It breaks you to make you luminous. Let every fracture glow. Come closer still. Let me whisper something to you that only broken hearts understand. Your pain is not your enemy. Your pain is your guide. It leads you to the door of surrender, the threshold of transformation. It leads you to the place where you finally stop pretending and simply collapse into the arms that have been waiting since before time began. You say you want healing, but healing is not the absence of pain. Healing is the merging of pain with love. When love enters the wound becomes a womb. When love fills the emptiness becomes spaciousness. When love touches the cracked places, the cracks become symbols of beauty. Like veins of gold running through ancient pottery. This is what God does. He turns your brokenness into art. You say, but I am too shattered. And I say, then you are perfect. For shattered souls reflect light in 1,000 directions. They become prisms through which divine love scatters into colors that heal the world. The ones who have broken the most often shine the most. Do not envy the unbroken. Envy the ones who rose from their ruins carrying fire in their hands. You are becoming one of them. Do not rush your rising. Let it unfold like dawn slowly, softly, with an elegance only night can teach. The sky does not apologize for its darkness before it reveals its light. You, too, must honor your night. You, too, must bless your shadow. You, too, I must allow the darkness within you to complete its sacred work. For in that darkness lies the seed of light. In that silence lies the seed of song. In that sorrow lies the seed of surrender. And in surrender, beloved, lies everything you have ever longed for. The beloved does not love you after you heal. He loves you through the healing. He does not wait for you to rise. He holds you while you fall. He does not require you to be whole. He becomes your wholeness. Come, rest your shattered heart in his hands. Let him cradle the pieces. Let him kiss the places that sting. Let him breathe warmth into the cracks. For in his touch, nothing stays broken.